Hello, I'm Jared Just Scored. Welcome to my new top 10. This is going to be a new series. I've actually done two top 10s in the past over the last few years. However, I decided to kind of revitalize them because a lot of things have changed about the game. This is going to be my top 10 favorite Exceeds in Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to do this top 10 along with doing every other Sunday mechanic and then ending off with doing a remake of my top 10 favorite synchros and my top 10 favorite fusions. Before we get started though, it's important to recognize two very important rules of this list. The first rule is, this is a list of today, of August in 2021. There could very well be a Exceed monster that tops the list that comes out in the next couple months. I have no idea about that, so this is the current list. Secondly, as you probably recognize by now, this is my personal opinion. If you guys have Exceed monsters that you like, put them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear about them. Otherwise, let's get started. My number 10 favorite Exceed monster is Paleozoic Anomalocaris. First things first, I love the Paleozoic archetype. I love Cambrian creatures, and the Anomalocaris being like one of the first marine predators is very, very fascinating to me. It has a very beefy effect too. It's not summoned that often with Paleozoics as far as I understand, because Paleozoics mostly summon like the other one, Opabinia, and they summoned obviously Totally Awesome. However, Anomalocaris it can draw, technically it can activate 9 cards in your hand, it can destroy, it's unaffected by monster effects. There's a lot to it. Along with that, I just really generally like trap strategies, and playing a cool Cambrian era sea or marine creature based deck is just awesome to me. So Paleozoic Anomalocaris, number 10, it's an awesome Exceed. Number 9, number 92, Hard Earth Dragon. So you see this a lot in current Yu-Gi-Oh! Animes. Hell, you even see this as recent as 7s like Neil and Drago. However, I really like when characters or villains have like one big boss monster that's just unaffected by everything, it's ridiculous and it's really, really broken. But I didn't start liking them until Hard Earth Dragon and Hard Earth, which is on the list. Although I do like its previous form, but Hard Earth Dragon is a colossal purple dragon. Purple's my favorite color, and dragons are badass. And it's like a big serpent snake thing, and it has like a banishing effect. I guess talking about its effect, it has a very similar effect to Yubel. You get attacked by it, you take the damage, or the damage gets refracted, and then if you, during each end phase, you can just banish all cards your opponent sets that turn. And if it gets killed, it comes back and it gets 1,000 attack for every single monster or every single banished card your opponent has. So it can get thousands of attack. Overall, I really just like the idea of having like this really like insanely evil number. I know there's like number 96 and stuff in the anime, but I feel like number 92 really kind of embodied that, and I think he's a really cool monster. So number 92, Hard Earth Dragon. Number 9, favorite Exceed. Number 8 is number 21, Lancelot, Dark Knight of the Underworld. Before we go any further, it needs to be said that there is going to be quite a few numbers on this list. It's kind of impossible not to, because there are over 100 numbers. There's a lot of Exceeds, but most of the best Exceeds are numbers, so yeah. I love Kyoji Agumo from the Zexal manga. He was a very interesting addition. I like this kind of idea of like, he was kind of what I wanted Kite to be in Zexal. Like a legitimately evil hunter, like a number hunter. I like all of his numbers really. This is just one of my favorites. It has a negation effect, a very early negation effect. You can't control it, but like you're guaranteed to get some sort of negation out of that, which I like. It can also attack directly, it can destroy cards when they attack directly. It's just a cool Exceed monster. Number 7 is Time Thief Redoer. Now, something that I've always noticed about Exceed monsters is that they are very versatile. They have a lot of different aspects to their effects that allows them to be kind of like a toolbox. You can just pick and choose whichever Exceed you want, and they can do that because they're so easy to summon. And no monster is more versatile to me than Time Thief Redoer. It can draw, it can get out of the way, it can do an interruption by placing cards back on the top of your opponent's deck. Of course it works better in the actual Time Thief archetype. It can be used in any deck is what I'm getting at. The first time I ever used it was in my Heroic Beast deck, which I fucking love Heroic Beast. It's one of my favorite archetypes, period. And getting just to use a cool Exceed like that in that deck is awesome. I'm not a big fan of his design, like artwork wise. I know it's kind of weird, but like I don't really like it. It's just kind of generic. But effect wise, top tier. So number 7, Time Thief Redoer. Number 6 is number 22, Zombie Stein. Now, a lot of these monsters, for the most part, I'll have some sort of introspective reason why I like them. But Zombie Stein is just a big, meaty monster. His attack is high for no fucking reason. He is so large. And he has like a last resort negation effect. His role in the manga was kind of funny with like, which I'm not going to spoil it, but like with that Gaga Gaga girl, that was really funny to me. He's just cool. He has that, again, he has a last resort negation effect. You can turn defense mode and negate a card. That's awesome. I don't know why they put that in there, but fuck it. He's not very much played anymore, but whenever I get a chance to use him, you better believe I'm going to use him. Number 5, Dhampir Vampire Sheridan. I'm pretty sure I said that correctly. Versatility. I love the fact you can take, like, if you take control of your opponent's monsters, you can make them level 6 for the Exceed Summon. I like when Konami expands on effects like that. They've done that before, like Go-Yo King or Go-Yo Emperor, where like the monsters it take can then take other monsters. I love that idea. I like taking monsters in general. That's why I love Gradles. That's actually my first deck profile on this channel, Gradles. I need to remake that at some point. But I love taking control of monsters. And vampires do a lot of stuff that I like. They don't really mill anymore, but I love milling. I like gaining life points. I like taking control of monsters. Not along with that, you can also detach material, send a monster your opponent controls the graveyard, and if you want it, you can take it. If you can bait out Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon's effect, take the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. It's just stuff like that I really like. And plus, again, vampires are fucking awesome. So, number 5, Dhampir Vampire Sheridan. Fucking love that thing. Number 4 is number 41, Bagooska, the Terribly Tired Taper. This fucking guy, this absolute unit, this beautiful Musharna looking god is the coolest. Okay, it's not the coolest because it's like number 4, but one of the coolest Exceeds they have ever made. This thing is awesome. Yes, links exist, so it kind of niches down its usage, but you can put it in defense mode, you can sit on your ass and wait. 4 turns, my boy. 3, I think. Yeah, it's 3 because you can survive 1 turn. 3. It is like Swords of the Living Light, but not fucking worthless. And I fucking love it because it does take out a main deck spot. You can just throw it in the extra deck. You have 2 level 4s, slap them together. You got Bagooska. I love that Exceed, man. It is handsome, goddammit. It is a handsome Exceed, and I love it. And if you guys don't know what the fuck I'm going on about, there's a story, but I'll get to it one day. But yeah, Bagooska, Godspeed. Number 3 is Gorgonic Guardian. Okay, my favorite, this sounds weird, my favorite type and attribute combination is Dark Rock. So, I really do like the Gorgonic theme. It's not really an archetype because there's barely any fucking Gorgonic cards. They need to make them, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I fucking love Gorgons. They're one of my favorite mythological creatures, like this, like lizard, like a not lizard, snake woman. I love negating effects on weird Exceeds like that. When they're in really easily similar to Exceed mon or like synchros or Exceeds, I don't really like that. But like when they're like in really niche effects, actually this could go into another video entirely, like where I think this is more balanced, where it has to have really specific summoning conditions. But if you summon it, you're good because it has this really strong negation effect. It negates monster effects. If for some reason your opponent has a 0 attack monster, destroys it. And I love that. I love its role in the anime with Ryoga, like Ryoga and Ryo's duel. That was awesome. I loved how it actually kind of existed in the old world, where it's like these hundreds of fucking Gorgonic Guardians. It was just cool, man. So yeah, number 3, Gorgonic Guardian. Number 2, which is another number. Number 104, Masquerade. And if you want to get really specific, I guess number Callus 104 as well. But mostly number 104. It is really a tie. Vector, in my opinion, was the best part of Zexal. I really, really liked him. And spoiler, I liked the end when he's getting sucked into Dawn Thousand and he actually like lets go. I don't know what it was, but that is one of the very few times I've seen an evil character, you know, well, not turn good, but like sacrifice themselves. I'm like, alright, I can kind of see that. that works for me. The last season of Zexal is actually really good in my opinion, but yeah. So Vector was one of the best part of Zexal. I love milling effects. Milling your opponent. Let me specify that. Milling your opponent is one of the best attributes in Yu-Gi-Oh that is so underused. The last card that was involving milling that I remember is I think they did like a water monster, but it was like Soul Levy, and I fucking love Soul Levy. They should make a full-on mill archetype, but they haven't. So fuck a lot. But yeah, it's a simple milling effect to just mill a card every your opponent's every turn. It's a denial of resources. Along with that, its evolution is really cool because it does all this shit for no reason. If your opponent activates a monster effect, you negate it, half your opponent's life points, take a card out of their hand, like all this shit. Like what the fuck? It's not the best Exceed. I'll be honest. Even its base form is very 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 specific. You know, if there's like a monster effect during the battle phase, you can negate it and do 800 damage. Whoop-de-doo. It also has a melee effect. But it's always just been that Exceed. It's like, it's mine. You know what I'm saying? I played it when it first came out. I think I got it in a pack too. I was like, wow, look at this. I loved it. I still love it. It's my number 2. It was my number 1 for such a long time. Only recently has it been topped. But like, I don't know. It's very nostalgic for me. It's one of the very first. I think it was the first Exceed I ever got that I actually used myself, and because of that, it's number 2. I'm gonna do a quick honorable mention. Number Chaos 6 Chronomy Atlantis. This wasn't on the list, but God, it was so fucking close. I love Chronomy so much. They're not very strong, but I do enjoy them. Also, another one will be number 3 and 4, Cicada King and Stealth Kraken, because they're finally making the fake fucking numbers. I have to wait 2 more fucking years probably for fucking number 1 to come out, but whatever. I'll take number 2 and be a mosquito guy. I'm really happy they're coming out. So those are also honorable mentions. They're not very good. Stealth Kraken's pretty good. Cicada King's okay, but like I'm just happy they're out. So those are my honorable mentions. Number 1 is a tie between 2 numbers. Although I will say that one of them is actually number 1, but it's the interplay between them that makes it number 1. So my number 1 favorite Exceed monster is number 97 Draglubian and number 100 Numeron Dragon. I just love summoning Draglubian defense mode. You know, getting number 100 Numeron Dragon out, detaching, getting 9,000 attack, and just swinging. It can even be more than that. There's been times where I've got Numeron Dragon up to 30,000, 35,000. I have like Rattles Crunch on the field. It's just so overkill for no reason, and I love that. It's so easy to summon. Again, Draglubian's probably technically my favorite Exceed monster because actually there's quite a few. Some of the Exceed monsters I do like number 92, I can summon through Draglubian's effect. Or Draglubian's effect. However, just summoning it with fucking Numeron Dragon, getting to use the fucking anime card that was ridiculous, and actually getting to use it in like a competent way. Number 1, man. I love how they look completely fucking different too. Like one's like this dark evil dragon, one's like this glowing godly dragon, so it has like that kind of, you know, light and darkness interplay. Listen, number 1, Numeron Dragon and Draglubian. Mostly Draglubian, but they're both there. So that is my top 10 favorite Exceed monsters. I was getting hyped towards the end because goddamn, I was hitting strong monster after strong monster, man. If you guys have anything, if you guys will put your top 10 Exceed monsters in the comment section below, please do. I would love to hear it. Otherwise, I'm Jared Just Scored. I'll see you guys next time for my probably my top 10 Link monsters. So I'll see you then. I'll leave everyone you guys and bye.